Welcome back for more arms. Yes, I have still been sitting on this screen since the last time. It's only been like a minute or two. Let's show off the other modes. So this is just fighting. It's exactly what you've been seeing me play before. And the same with V-Ball, Hoops, and Skill Shot here. So not much of a point to showing those, but we didn't get to see Team Fight because I did not do any of the Grand Prix with the second player because I don't exactly have one. And wait. I gotta up the level of the calm. Let's do 4. I remember when I did this, when it was either just before or just slightly after I'd started this Let's Play. I was like, let me see what Team Fight's like, and I played. I don't remember what level I set him to, but I almost lost. So let's try not to. And I think what I'm gonna do is just like this screen over here. I'm gonna play as Min Min and Ribbon Girl. Honestly, I feel more comfortable playing Min Min. But we'll have Ribbon Girl too. They look cute together. Like that icon there, that's pretty cute. And then I will set my opponents to random and Dr. Coil. No, random. And the stage will also be random. Also, I don't think we got to see on Dr. Coil's episode. Her stage is called Name Redacted. I just think that's pretty funny. Oh, look, we got it. We got it. Name Redacted. Yeah, so unfortunately the frame rate, or at least in those little vignettes, suffers a little bit. But at least when you're not playing split screen, it works pretty well. I think it does lower to 30 when there's more than one. When there's like more than 2 players. So like you can do 1 versus 1 perfectly fine, but if it's 2 versus 2 or 3 versus everyone, you know what, 1 versus 1 versus 1, then I think the frame rate does go down a little. Whoa, I almost shot Ribbon Girl. So there is friendly fire, and you can see we're connected together with a tether. Not unlike Skylanders, actually. I've been playing a lot of that, but not in multiplayer. Ah. And it used to be a lot shorter, but you can see I can go pretty far away from Ribbon Girl now, which is real great. It kind of reminds me of how they... It was like one of the Skylanders games got multiplayer pretty right, and then I feel like when Trap Team came out, they made some of the multiplayer elements a little worse, because I think they did shorten the distance you can walk away from each other. And you may have been able to pick up on the details as I've been talking and doing this fight. Ow. If one opponent gets thrown, they both get thrown. So try not to let your teammate get thrown, or let yourself get thrown. And you can switch targets with whatever your switch targets buttons is set to. If you're using a regular controller, it's the right thumbstick. And I believe it's one of the, what are they called? SL buttons? If you're using Joy-Cons on the side, you know, motion controls. Ooh, okay. So yeah, 2 versus 2 is pretty fun, if you like that kind of thing. It's not really my jam, but it's definitely a functioning mode with its own little intricacies to it. Like, if I could've... I don't know if I could've done a Grand Prix with an AI. I bet it could've, maybe? Oh, okay. Ah, but you can't stand this rush! You never defeat me in my fanciful diner skills. Fanciful diner manners, I can never remember the exact quote. Uh-oh. Okay. We're good. Not quite as close as I had at Com when I was doing a test run, but hopefully still entertaining. I'm gonna quit all the way back to the main menu here to see if I could maybe... No. You need a second player. Okay. But no, not versus 2-player. Versus 1-player. Alright, so like I said, V-Ball, Hoop, Skill Shot, they're the same. But Headlock Scramble is a new mode, which lets you basically play as the final boss. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play as both final bosses. As long as I make sure it's 1 round. First to 1. So we're not spending too much time on all this stuff. Everything normal. Level. Yeah, just 4. Just to show things off. Doesn't need to be spectacular. So yeah, I'll be Max Brass, and my opponent can be whatever challenger shows up. Ninjara. And then I can pick... Probably would have been faster to go the other way around. The final boss arena. So this is not as simple as playing as the final boss. It is a little different. Because it'll spawn in the middle. You can target it by changing your target focus. You have to nab it. It's a power-up. And if you get knocked down, you'll lose it, and your opponent gets a chance to be headlock. And of course, there's a timer on the back, and when it runs out, no more headlock for anyone. So it's a pretty neat mode. I don't think it was in the game at launch, but the fact that it was ever added at all is pretty neat. So like I said, I don't think there's many fighting games, if any at all, that let you play as the final boss pretty much exactly as they are. Especially not if there's, you know, a headlock equivalent where it's not even a new fighter, it's like a boosted version of a different fighter. You know, never mind the fact that you have, like, Dr. Coyle, who is functionally different depending on whether they're the final boss or just a regular opponent. And speaking of, let's do Dr. Coyle as well also, in addition. No, not a mirror match. Alright. I felt okay about beating up Ninjara, but Lollipop is like, no, it's one of my favorites. I don't want to beat up one of my favorites. I'll do it anyway. I'll do it for the content. I won't be content with it though. What? Uh-oh. Okay, I should be able to pick this up by paw. But yeah, that's glad that happened. Just so you could see that, yeah, it's not exclusively the final bosses. You know, of course, anyone can wear it. And it does exactly what you would expect. It's, you know, it just multiplies your arms. And I think it also changes your grab and your rush into what it would be if you're a headlock. So yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you would expect. You are headlock, but now your abilities are whatever abilities your fighter already had, and whatever arms they had equipped. Pretty easy to understand, I would assume.
Don't scare me.
Did she say clowns don't scare me? Well, okay, now I can be glad I got Lollipop there. The next mode, 1-on-100. It's basically that one mode from Smash Bros. Where you fight a bunch of dudes and they come in and you just gotta blast. Wait, I think I had notes on who in particular I wanted to do this with. Ah, Masango. Because his stage is actually pretty good for this, since it's kind of survival oriented. You know, you got places to, you know, pillars to hide behind, and his default arm set is, excuse me, pretty good for this. Did I have? Oh, shoot, let me open that again. I have it written in a notepad. No, okay. I just wrote default stage and arm selection are both good for it. I guess I'll go Scorpio and Scully. Let's go. Let's get this go. Apparently I'm Popeye. Yeah, I feel like Masango is probably the easiest character to show this off with. But yeah, you just beat up these DNA men, I think they're called. And every 10, will drop a power-up. If you're full on health, you get a bomb. If you're not full on health, you get healing. No bomb if the healing fully heals you. Yeah, this arm selection is pretty good for this because you got the fast Scully for straightforward punches, and then if they're getting a little evasive, you send in the Scorpio. What? Okay. Yeah, as you can see by the check marks, I don't have everyone in this filled out yet. I just haven't bothered to do it yet. It's one of those things that I might do after this Let's Play just because, well, you know, it's something to do, but also I do feel like maybe trying to beat the Grand Prix on level 7 with everyone, so maybe I'll start to work towards all those kinds of, you know, do it as every fighter kind of thing. Which is really this and Grand Prix. So, this and that, and that's it. Do I want to stay with the red mask? I don't know what to do. And of course, these are basically like little helixes, so they can be a little tricky to hit. They're arguably unstable versions of Helix since they break up on one hit, but I don't know. I would be willing to hand wave that as just it's just how the mode's supposed to work. They're not literally just unstable versions of Helix. Like they're not even green. Come on, guys. Come on, theorists. It is interesting that, you know, all those tubes and, like, name redacted and the lab, the Helix's stage, they're all green tubes, but apparently they don't come out green. It's not always. Hey, stop tower tilting away from my hits. And 70, nice. And I got that timer going, but, you know, I'm really not one for timer challenges, you know. Do this thing as fast as you can. Like, I don't care. To me, it's no different than, ooh, do this thing, but try to get as many points as you can. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's carrot and a stick, basically. It's just like, ooh, here's a new goal. Try to do it better this time. Oh, you did. Here's another goal. Like, not really motivating. It's a little bit more motivating for me if there's a check mark involved. You know, you do it once, and it's like, okay, there you go, you're done. But then again, it's like, you know, even if it's a time trial that's only just, oh, beat this time once, and you know, then you get a check mark. It's like, I still don't like that. Like, for as much as I love Sunset Overdrive, I don't like the challenges it has where it's literally just, oh, go along this course as fast as you can. You know, try not to run out of time. Because it's... For as much as I praise that game for always being good about changing up cliche mission types, that is not one of the mission types it shakes up. At least not that I've experienced. Freaking Megalot. And you can see now they're starting to use different arms as we've gone through. They were starting with my default set, and now they're branching out. And speaking of branching, he was branching his arms out like he was a tree. No one says that. Well, okay. Almost there. 99. But where's number 100? You're probably wondering. Or maybe not. It's got headlock! So now you're basically fighting Helix, but with Headlock. And see, I think this kind of disproves the idea that all the DNA men are just unstable Helixes. Here's a stable one. So I'm pretty sure it's black. Yeah, there we go. Poison was throwing me off a little bit. It's unfortunate that you can't get fully healed here, so it's one of those survival things. Which is another not quite game mode, but, you know, another mechanic thing, you know, another element of challenge that I don't care for. You made the Masanga proud. That's the equivalent of making 100 parents proud at once. Wow, I got 50 moms and 50 dads? I didn't mean to hit restart. Change mode. Shoot, what was I saying? I'm gonna stay here until I remember, because I bet it was maybe not important train of thought. One worth. Man, the music went weird there. I don't know if that was my recording or what. No, you know what? It's probably my headphones. Stupid headphones. Oh yeah, survival. Like, not. Funny, I say that as I'm going into survival mode, basically. And yep, it's definitely my headphones bugging out because they're. Now the sound is delayed. Thanks, headphones. I hope I get a new pair for Christmas. Ah, okay. Just double checking who I wanted to do this as. Min Min, my main. Yeah, I'll just stay with orange. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of modes where it's all about surviving. Like, that's something I like about Slice and Dice. This game, yeah, I mentioned it. I don't need to explain it. I mentioned it. If you don't know what game I'm talking about, you gotta go rewatch that episode or watch it at all if you haven't. I like that every fight in Slice and Dice is kind of self-contained because you get healed, or at least your surviving party members get healed between every fight, and the ones that did die come back with half health. And that's the default mode, and I still don't have the full game, so I don't know what other game modes are like. I'm pretty sure there's a mode that's permanent death. But anyway, my point is, I appreciate that it's not about surviving with the most amount of health, it's just about surviving at all, and then you get full healed after each battle. And there we go. Oh, perfect. Yep, this is ARM's test. It's just increasingly tough opponents and randomized arm sets. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is that it's only the only option you have, the only setting you can tweak, is items on or items off, and I don't like that. I really hope if they make a sequel that they allow more fine-tuned settings, like, you know, turning on and off particular stage encounters or certain fighters, and most especially, I would like to turn off minigames, because having randomized opponents with randomized arm sets is one thing. Having randomized randomized arm sets while also having to do a minigame, that's just not really fair, because there are some arm loadouts you can get where it's like, well, I'm not really sure how I can possibly win this minigame with these arms. So anyway, I'll just keep going until I fail once, I suppose, or until this recording hits 25 minutes. Or until I get bored. I don't know. Now, you would think that my high score of, what was it, 25 would be with Min Min, but actually it's with Ribbon Girl. And of all characters, I actually find it hardest to get a fairly high score with Min Min. So maybe she isn't my main after all. Like, some of the first characters I remember getting pretty decent high scores with were Master Mummy and Bite and Bark. And I think at one point I got one with Kid Cobra and maybe Twin Tail. and then Ribbon Girl. But this is usually the mode I play when I come to play ARMS for fun, because it shakes everything up, you know? It's not the same thing every time. Which, you know, does mean that I can end up getting a minigame right after a minigame. I think I did once get, like, the same minigame twice in a row. I forget which one it was. Maybe it was Hoops twice in a row, but that's a 1 in 3 guess, so no one cares. But when I'm in the mood to just play the game, and, you know, it's hard to explain the difference, I feel, because, you know, it's like, oh, if you just want to play the game, why don't you get into to Grand Prix? Like, Grand Prix is fun, but, you know, I like not having to pick my arms. Like, they get picked for me. Because, you know, as much as I like to stick to default set, I also like to shake things up. So I like that this does it for me, and I don't have to be like, okay, well, which arm sets do I want to use? You know, which non-default arms do I want to use this time around? Because I'd probably just default to the same sets. They're the same sets as in, like, the same arms every time, not, like, the default sets every time. Just wanted to make sure that train of thought was clear. Nope, you're not getting back on there. Oh, see, there it is. There's Hoops. There's Hoops! Ah, crap, Bite and Bark. And you can see my arm setup for this is not exactly what you would hope for. So I would really appreciate any kind of change, really. You know, even if it's just a 5-year later update for this game that adds the ability to tweak arms test. But I would very much appreciate an update that lets me turn off minigames. And also, you know, it doesn't have to be the same update, but it would also be nice to turn off certain fighters, because I swear, Springtron always just shows up just to ruin my fun. You know, if I get him pretty much past a 10-point win streak, I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose. And I'm starting to think the same happens with Dr. Coil as well, because she's just so hard to hit, and I'm so bad at dodging. Too bad that can't knock him in the hoop. Uh-oh. But this will. Ah! Oh, shoot. Dunk! You know, I think that's good enough. So that's all for these modes, but I might as well show off the arms getter. I'll just play Springman, because it doesn't really matter. So you get to pay the coins you earn from doing fights and unlocking badges to pay for amount of playtime. And then once you're in, they give you toasters, so you don't get to pick what arms it would be easiest to do this with. You know, giant hitboxes or whatever. And you just break targets. Just break as many targets as you can. If anything, this is basically just one person's skill shot. In fact, I think it basically is just the skill shot course, but with different lighting and stuff. And of course, be sure to get the timer. And you want to try to get as many targets simultaneously as you can, just as you would in skill shot. It is kind of weird to be playing this again. Because, you know, once I unlocked all the arms with every character, it's like, well, what's the point? So I probably haven't played this mode in 5 years. I still can't believe this game has been out for that long. I still can't believe Lollipop has been out that long. I've been a fan of Clown Girls for 5 years now. I guess it's not going to happen because I have every arm with every fighter. But this periodically, there's supposed to be a Yoshi. No, there's supposed to be gift boxes that fly by. And then you just open the gift box and there you go. There's a new arm. And I've said it before, but I'll clarify. It works in, like, what's the succinct way to say this? So you can earn every arm twice. And when you earn it the second time, it gets boosted stats. Almost, I believe every arm gets boosted damage, and some get, like, boosted retraction and extension speed. Oh, okay. So you can't grab in this mode. Probably worth noting to someone. So yeah, thankfully it's not like getting custom parts in Smash 4, which yes is a flaw I will acknowledge that game has. I'm very frustrated by it. It's that you can't just keep racking up duplicates trying to unlock everything. Like, you get it once, you get it a second time to power it up, and there you go. Never a duplicate again. At least not in terms of, you know, on an individual fighter basis. You have to unlock them for every fighter. See, there's my sheet of Springman arms, of course. I got everything with everyone, all upgraded as well, also in addition. But yeah, there you go. I'm not sure it really matters too much what fighter you pick, because I don't think their powers really help you have an advantage. And just so this episode is all encompassing every side feature of this game, here's badges again. Basically achievements. You do a thing, you get a badge, you get some money when you unlock a badge. And this was added a little late into the game's life. Like, not super late, but it wasn't at launch. And at launch, it kind of was hard to get the monies, which I can't mouse over, but yeah, the money's over there. As you can see, once they add badges, you just rack them in. I mean, sure, it's a 5-year-old save I'm playing on, so that's 5 years worth of coins in addition to the badges, but still, it would have been nice if it launched with badges, so that was a nice quick way to earn some money, but, you know, I don't remember it being particularly grindy to get all the arms, so badges kind of was just supplementary. And you can see some of the badges I got while playing this for this Let's Play, fighting 10 rounds of Springman vs. Springtron, probably some of these. And they also have infinitely respawning badges, basically. They have ones that it's an achievement that you can keep fulfilling, and it'll keep giving you money, and it'll give you a random badge. I think I have all of the random badges by now, so I keep getting, which one is it? SOS. No, not that button. Okay, I can't scroll by page. Oh. Maybe it's not a badge. I'm not sure what the different sortings are. But yeah, you can, I guess it's by unlock condition and recently unlocked, so I don't know. Like, so here's all like not Grand Prix, the Party Crash badges and such. Although not all of them, because then you have these ones, with all these snazzy Party Crash badges. I particularly like these ones. Oh, I didn't realize I accidentally changed my badge. Well, let me go ahead and change that. I don't know. I don't remember who I had it as, but I'm just gonna safely assume it was Min Min, because look at that face. She's adorable. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Look at that face. Adorable. Also comes with an adorable sound clip. Okay, maybe it's not a badge, but yeah, there is respawning achievements, so you can keep getting coins if you need more coins. And then there's the gallery, which also was added late into the game's life. I think one of the last updates, which adds, as far as I know, all the official art of the characters. Perhaps omitting the official renders of the characters, where it's literally just the character. Yeah, they don't have those. Don't have those, but they have all the all official arts otherwise. Like this promo piece of art, and then this is pretty snazzy. I think I have that as downloaded as wallpaper for my desktop. Those promo renders, this snazzy piece of art, that snazzy piece of art. A lot of varying art styles too. Like here's more of like a watercolor art style, like it's, you know, a painting. And then you have like this more cartoony style, which I appreciate. And of course you got like the official render style. Not like every piece is a different art style, but it's interesting that there are several different styles. I think even this is like kind of like the cartoony style, but less cartoony. And then as well, I think this was for an official tournament that happened in Japan Expo. There's for badges. I probably put this up on screen multiple times because of just the relevant information that it shows in addition to badges. And if I didn't already say, the Grand Prix endings with special text. A long-sought victory finally realized. I was almost as happy as he was. All written from Biff's perspective. What better way to celebrate with your fans? With your fans than with a concert. I know people who know people and scored a front row seat. Yeah, and so on. I'm not going to show them all because it's like, hey, go buy the game and unlock all this stuff for yourself. I think, except for the Grand Prix endings, they probably all cost coins to unlock, but you know, play the game, and that gets you badges, and badges get you coins, and there you go. Use coins for arms and gallery, and it's video games, you know? They're pretty cool. And then you got replays here, which I guess are automatically saved of, yeah, you're just all your recent matches. And then the stats screen, it's sorted by version, interestingly enough, so you could see. Guess which version had Lollipop get added? And then the dashboard, which shows like competitive information, you know, like leaderboards and stuff. See worldwide rankings. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Worldwide rankings. Look who's up there. Look who's number 6, now that the numbers have loaded in. It's Blight & Bark, a character that's considered one of the worst characters in the game. Wow! And look at that, the character that's considered the best character in the game. 4th? Anyway, I'll shut up about that now. I'm out of opportunities to just... The tier doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. And then a nice, snazzy little help button over here to help you understand the basic controls. Oh, it's just splash screen telling you new controls. Modes and rules. Punch or get punched. That's what arms is all about. Each fighter can take 3 arms into a match. Switch between each round. Choose wisely. And so on. Tips and tricks. Dashing and jumping are the keys to victory. Why is this showing motion controls? Those are not my controls. Dash while jumping too. An individual fighter. Tips. I guess. Glossaries. Remember, like Eris, not Raris. She can jump multiple times. She can hold dash to dive bomb. Boxers that pop up marine, add a fun twist. Extra stuff. Actually, hang on, let me go back into this real quick. Twin Tail, aka the Silver Screen Queen. She can slow down incoming punches while she's charging. Can hold dash mid-air to air charge. Okay, so that's what they consider her secondary ability. Ugh, excuse me, jeez. Extra stuff. Home can't be used in matches. So you replays for the key to victory. If you want a quick Grand Prix part the way through, you can continue where you left off. That's not what I guess you gotta go to the dashboard for what I was thinking of. Yeah, and then tips and tech. So here's some videos. I'm not sure if these are official source or like a fan source that they got the okay to use footage from. I assume official footage. Tips and tricks. So if you need, if you're more of a, watch someone else play to figure out how to play, rather than just reading blocks of text and then trying to memorize that and going into practice to figure the game out yourself, you can watch little videos. Springman is a good all-rounder with no real weak points. He maintains his charge for a long time, too. Recommended for beginners. The shockwave he gives off when canceling a charge will deflect enemy attacks, so use that opening to counter. His arms will also stay perma-charged when he gets down to 1/4 HP or less, so never give up. Trust your instincts. Use those charge attacks to pull out a victory. And then there's a video associated with it, which I probably shouldn't have shown in full, because that's probably, like, copyrighted and stuff. And these might just be their debut trailers, but I think I would know for sure if I were to watch, like, Lollipop's debut trailer. Not just because I watched it a lot, but because I did use that for, No, okay, yeah, it's in-depth showing you the fire. Because I downloaded the Lollipop video for, my countermeasures for streams. So I used a bit of that footage for that. Although I could totally imagine Biff, like, narrating over this. So let me go to Lollipops for sure. No, that's definitely new footage, because I remember there being a particular rush attack in that, which is what I used in my countermeasures. So that was not in this. Anyway, that's enough. Oh look, they got tournament clips of like fights between people on official tournaments. That's pretty neat. Are they all just 2017? Okay, not a lot of clips, but still cool. Party crash. So, oh yeah, that's another thing. Okay, so online is kind of just like, we'll just pick some players and we'll throw them. You're in a lobby and they'll pick some players. They'll throw them into matches together. There can be anything from mini games to, headlock scramble to one-on-one or 1 versus 1 versus 1. I think even 2 versus 2, even if you're not actually paired with a local player, because you can go online with one friend. But anyway, and that, so they basically had a mode where it's kind of like Splatfest. You pick a side, you play online to support that side, but it didn't change how the modes actually worked, I think. So online was still basically the same experience, except they would also have, you do things and earn points, and one of the ways you could earn points was using one of, I believe, 2 highlighted weapons. It would change periodically, and then it'd be like the newest one would replace the oldest one, and it would keep shuffling like that. I think it was every half an hour. And then you would earn particular badges based on how well you did, and probably other rewards. I can't remember. Hopefully I can find information on that. If not, oh well. Oh, one last thing to show. Training. Training mode. Training mode. So you've got all these little test scenarios you can practice. If you feel like you're not good enough at anti-jumps, then you can go in here to... it's kind of like how in Smash Bros. When you go into the training mode, you can set the AI to only jump or only avoid you, so you can practice certain things. That's basically this, but they're like little scenarios. Anything else? It's ranked mode, of course. I'm rank 15. The max rank is 20. I never bothered to get it. Honestly, I don't know if the online is still alive enough for me to earn it. Recording is 40 minutes. Okay, that's all. That should be everything. This game is great. I love it. If you have it, play it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Bye.